Hi, this is Mr. V, and in this video we are going to look at how to solve triangles using our trigonometry and our Pythagoras. So here we've got a triangle and we only know two pieces of information. We know that this corner is 67.2 degrees and this side is 28.6 meters long. And of course we know that we have a right angle in here. We want to use this information to solve the rest of the triangle. Now we can use any of our rules. We can use our sine, our cos, our tan, and we can use our Pythag, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. We can use any of those rules to solve for these triangles, and you'll find that there are multiple ways of tackling these problems. I'll show you how I would do them. Looking at this triangle, P is my opposite side, the 28.6 is my adjacent, and I've got an angle, so I can solve for P. Opposite and adjacent, that's tan, so tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Tan of 67.2 equals opposite, which is my P, divided by 28.6. We know that to rearrange that, we simply multiply the 28.6 on both sides. And I can put that on my calculator. P equals 28.6 times tan 67.2, close bracket, equals, we'll round that to 68 flat. So 68.0 meters. Alright. Now, I've got an angle here I want to solve, and I've got my hypotenuse. I might do this angle next. Now we've got a couple of pieces of information. Now we know that this is 28.6, we know that this is 68.0, so we can use one of our trig ratios once more. Or I can use the trick that all of the sides in a triangle have to add up to 180. So 180 should equal our right angle, 90 degrees, plus 67.2 degrees, plus whatever angle Q is. So to find out what Q is, so therefore Q is 180 minus 90 minus 67.2. Okay, the angles in the triangle that we know subtracted from 180. 180 minus 90 minus 67.2 equals 22.8 degrees. Okay, that's a good little trick to remember. And lastly, I want to find out what K is, and there's a couple of different ways I can do that. Again, I can use almost any of these rules here now, but because we haven't used Pythagoras yet, we'll use Pythagoras. I might have to go over here. So, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. If this is c, these are our a and b respectively, so we don't know what c is. I'll leave it as k, our unknown. A squared, let's make that the 28.6, plus b squared, 68.0 squared. I'll rearrange first and then solve. Okay, to get rid of the squared here, we do square root on the other side. That's still there, 28.6 squared plus 68.0 squared. And I put all of that on my calculator, and on my calculator, of course, I'm going to put brackets in there. square root bracket 28.6 squared plus 68.0 squared, close bracket. That's 73, and I'll round that to 8, so 0.8 meters. So my last side here is 73.8 meters. And now I've solved this triangle. We found out what all of the angles are. We found out what all of the side lengths are. That triangle is now solved. And that is how we solve a triangle using our knowledge of trigonometry and Pythagoras.